All right, very, very rough game for the Mets last night. Welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. And, you know, what makes the game so rough is not necessarily the fact that the Mets lost. The Mets are going to lose. We all know that. But the idea that Alonso and Marte went down, not a good thing. Now, I'm more concerned about the Alonso thing, even though his x-ray came back negative, and that's good that there's no fracture, because if there's a fracture in the hand, you're talking about a long time to be out. But I'm pretty sure the hand's going to have some swelling, probably have some numbness. I don't expect Alonso to be back right away. I'll be shocked if he's in the lineup tonight. With Marte, it's a little bit, again, they're going to be imaging. I'm sure we'll find out later today the extent of both their injuries. Hopefully, they're both just day-to-day. It looks like Marte had some tightness in his quad, so he might have to take a couple of days off, let it loosen up, do some stretching, do some massage therapy to kind of get it back, because you don't want to get that any worse. And then with Alonso, I think he's going to be out probably a couple of days because of swelling, soreness. Probably won't feel that great to grip the bat, I'm sure he'll push through the pain, but I'm pretty sure he'll have to take a couple of days off. In terms of the Mets, they just looked completely deflated after these injuries. I'm not even going to sit here and, again, this is a professional team. They got to go out there and do their job. I get that. But in a season with 162 games, and then on top of that, a grueling West Coast trip, these guys are not perfect. I'm pretty sure that after those two injuries, they just seemed like they were deflated. They were being no hit into the fifth inning. Yu Darvish is a good pitcher, but he's no Cy Young, and we've seen the Mets hit better pitching than Yu Darvish. So hopefully today they get the rubber match. I am doing this video first thing in the morning the following day, because I did stream last night on a different channel with a buddy, my Fat Samurai guy. So I had to go back and watch the game from beginning when that stream was over, and by the time the game was over, it was already too late. So I wanted to make sure I did this video today. But I'm happy that there's no break, but I do think we're gonna have at least a couple of games without both of these guys, which means we're probably going to see some guys called up temporarily. It wouldn't even surprise me if we see Dominic Smith come up again, even if temporary. Because I don't see Alonso playing the next couple of games. Like I said, if he's in the lineup tonight, I'll be shocked. And I guess I shouldn't be either, because the thing about Pete Alonso's, he's, for the most part, the guy's super healthy. He got into a car wreck earlier this year and walked away from it with like nothing. And he's been a healthy player since he's gotten into the league. So, he might be durable enough to just say, yeah, that really hurt yesterday. I think I can swing the bat today, though. But we'll see. I think he might need to just fall back a little bit. It's not worth extending the injury to go out there and play right away. If the Mets end up losing 2 out of 3 to the Padres, you lose 2 out of 3 to the Padres. But personally, I don't, tonight will be a very good match between two ex-Athletics in Manaea and Bassett. And I think the Mets still have enough hitting in their lineup to come back and win the rubber game. I just really think last night the wind got knocked out of them with those two injuries, because that's all you're thinking about the rest of the game. You're not going to get an answer right away. You're already down 2 of your top pitchers. We know that Tyler McGill's coming back this weekend, but still, no Scherzer. So when you see 2 more potential injuries to 2 of your bigger bats in the lineup, especially considering how hot Marte and Alonso have been, I could definitely understand why your head in the game might be elsewhere. Like, oh, what's going on with Alonso? What's going on with Marte? Are we going to be out 2 more guys? But if you really sit back and look at it, the Mets lineup should still be capable, to at least score some runs. Maybe not to the extent that they were doing it before, but it's not an inept offense. This offense from top to bottom is solid. It's just one of those situations, again, where you would have to sorry, that's my phone going off there in the background in case you hear it, my computer phone. But yeah, it's just one of those situations where you have to people have to step up again. If J.D. Davis has to play the next 3, 4, 5 games at first base, then you expect J.D. Davis to perform. He's a professional. So, I think they'll be okay. I do think we'll see. Let's just hope that these injuries won't keep them out more than a week. You know what I mean? Again, I don't think, even though Alonso's hand's not fractured, it's not broken, it's not fractured from the x-ray, hopefully after the imaging they do later today, it'll be something where it's day to day, where he's got to take some days off, let the swelling go down, get a grip back, be able to grip the bat without pain. Hopefully it's not something more serious that they didn't directly see because that's also a possibility. So let's pray that that's not the case. But what will happen is when we get those updates, we'll do a video today kind of reacting to the news and seeing what happens. I'm sure we'll get something by the afternoon, hopefully. But in terms of the game, I mean, yeah, it's just one of those games you got to chalk off and say, all right, look, these guys are not going to win every game. It just wasn't in the cards for them last night. There's really no other way to put it. It doesn't matter how many stats we go over here. Taijuan Walker battled, but he didn't pitch a great game. But he did battle. I'll give him that, and that's the best you can, I guess, ask. And then of course Yu Darvish, they made him look like a Cy Young. If they face him again, it's not gonna be the same result. I guarantee that. Not to say that Yu Darvish is garbage, but the Mets have hit better pitching than that already. But yeah, the offense was just completely deflated after those injuries, and you can understand why, considering the situation. So we'll see what happens. It's a waiting game now. It's a waiting game, and obviously we'll be back tonight or early tomorrow morning to discuss the post game. Again, I got some other Met videos I got coming up, but I kind of want to stand pat and wait because I'm like every other Met fan. I'm sitting here waiting for the news on the injuries, but I got some videos in the pipeline. I want to talk about Lindor because that's been a big topic of conversation this year regarding his contract, and then I just want to talk about the team in general. My thoughts on them, where I see them in comparison to other Met clubs of the past. But let's see, some of the conversations in those videos can change depending on what happens today with these two injuries. So I'll hold off on those until we get an update on these injuries. And I'm hoping they're just day to day. I'm hoping that at most they both miss a week to kind of let themselves heal, which I'm good with that. We just got to hope that the Angels don't decide to start winning again next weekend after losing 12 in a row. It kind of seems like the law of averages in their favor. So, let's see. And the Braves are winning. The Braves are starting to win. So things are changing a little bit. But anyway, I know this is a short video. There just really wasn't much to talk about for the game last night other than the two injuries are the biggest concern. I'm not concerned about the loss because from what I saw, the Mets just looked deflated. After the injuries, they don't even look like they were there. And second of all, the Mets are going to lose. The Mets are going to lose games. Them being shut out a second time is a little surprising. But again, I just really feel their head was not in the game after two. And I think their heads were more so concerned about the injuries of their teammates. And when you consider what they've been through already at this point with their pitching injuries, I can understand that, but they got to get their head back in the game today and try and win the rubber match. So I think how they performed tonight will be a big testament to just what happened last night. Will give you an idea of just how gone they were in the game last night. You don't expect something like that to carry over into the next game, especially the way this team's been playing. You just might have to shuffle the lineup a little bit, put maybe Lindor at the cleanup spot, and go from there. Let's see what happens. They probably have to rush up a couple of guys from the minors because if they don't have Marte or Alonso available, then you gotta put those players. You gotta fill in those gaps, even if it's only for a couple of games. So we'll see who they decide to bring up. But anyway, that's it for this video. So let's go Mets. Let's hope for a better game tonight. And we'll do a second video today when we get an update on the injuries. My dog's crying in the background. When we get an update on the injuries, we'll do another video to kind of discuss it and see where we're at and kind of react to it. Hopefully, like I said, it's not too bad. So, but that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. This is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.